Welcome back to Up Front. We're talking with former Republican Governor Tommy Thompson, the former Health and Human Services Secretary in the Bush administration. Governor, let's talk for a moment about a couple local issues. Governor Walker is proposing another round of welfare reform, and that's something that you were well known for back in the 1990s, the W-2 program, Welfare to Work. Why do we need another round of welfare in 2017?
Well, you got to understand, the changes have taken place. I started welfare reform trying to get people to help themselves. I wanted people, to have a job and be able to make a decent living. And we always put a work component, but we also provided for daycare services, health care, training, and transportation so that people could get to work, be trained, and have somebody taking care of their children. And we were very successful. And then over the years, different administrations and, I'm not going to point out names, but different administrations took away the work provisions, made it less and less responsible. It didn't require people to do so much and just kept getting it. And now they're back to pretty much the same way it was when I inherited it. And now Walker's looking at saying, what's really missing is the old work component, getting people to have the responsibility of getting up and getting a job. And he put in a limit of 80 hours in a month. Now that's not, you do that in a week. Lynn does that in a week, and I do it. Or pretty much, maybe not 80, but we work more than 40 hours. And so there's no problem with somebody having some responsibility. And it helps to encourage people responsibility. They find out they can do it. It gives them confidence. And it was just amazing. The people I talked to, they got off of welfare, said it was the greatest thing in the world to have my independence, to know that I have some credibility, that I can do something. It helps them, and it helps their family.
I want to spend maybe the rest of our time talking about the University of Wisconsin. You saw in the governor's budget, he's adding $100 million in his budget proposal.
Which is good.
I want to ask you about that. You've been a strong advocate and defender of the University of Wisconsin. Yet the relationship between perhaps the governor and some people at the university, or the state lawmakers and some people in the university, has not been the best.
No, it hasn't.
Does that concern you?
Sure it does. I love the university. University is a great engine. Sure, if you want to look for trouble, you can find trouble at the university. There's going to be a professor that's going to say something you don't like. But overall, it is an engine for accomplishment. It's an engine for innovation. It's an engine for jobs. When people don't understand that the state of Wisconsin is only pays less than 20% to fund the university. 80% of the money is coming from the federal government, coming from grants, coming from, tuition, coming from other things than the taxpayers of the state of Wisconsin. And wouldn't you, I'm asking this rhetorically to you and to all the listeners out there. If you were able to have the biggest job producer in this state, get only 20% from the state, and 80% of the money is coming from someplace else, don't you think you'd say, I think I'm going to invest in that? That's good business. That's a tremendous return on my investment. 80% money for a 20% investment, plus being the biggest job producer, the biggest innovation, making change for the state of Wisconsin, for the country, and the world. That's what the University of Wisconsin is all about. We should be investing in the University of Wisconsin because that's our future.
So why are lawmakers, at least some lawmakers, skeptical and feel like that they need to sort of be more a part of this process in terms of legislation to get the university to meet its mission? Why do they feel that way?
Well, I think, it's the same thing. Some professor makes some, crazy statement that he may not think is crazy or she may not think it, but the vast majority of the public say, what are we paying for out there at university? There's always, freedom of speech, freedom of ideas, freedom of this. It's going to irritate somebody. People, don't look at the total picture. They look at an isolated event. A legislator is, some constituents say, why are you letting that happen? Why aren't you doing something about it? And they feel they have to. But overall, when you look at what the university accomplished, what it brings to this state, what would the state of Wisconsin be without the Badgers? Just think of athletics. What would the state of Wisconsin be without the university or the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee? You got to look at the overall picture. When you do that, I tell those legislators, take a look at the big picture, then invest in it because that's our future.
Former Governor Tommy Thompson, a passionate advocate for the University of Wisconsin.
I'm passionate about everything. You know
That's
that.
true. I do. I do. It's good to see you
I
again.
love life. I love Wisconsin. Love Milwaukee. Have a great day.
Good to
Thank
have you back on the program. Appreciate it, Governor. Our editorial partner, WisPolitics.com, has specifics of Governor Walker's budget, including the state income tax cuts he's proposing. You'll find that story and a free trial of the subscriber service at WisPolitics.com. Coming up next, local governments trying to defy the Trump administration on immigration. The risks they're taking, next on Upfront.